There was an animal control case where a farmer had gone to prison and nobody was really looking out for his pigs. It was a small family farm. There were about 40 pigs there. When we showed up, none of the pigs had anywhere dry. They all were in about 1.5 feet of like mud and feces. So it was up to their chests, or that's how they were sleeping, I'm assuming. They were just standing like this in it. So the first thing we did was we got like 30 bales of straw and just made sure that there was a dry place for all the pigs. And then we brought them food because they were just eating like dog food and garbage. Harriet, when we found Harriet, she was in a cage that was about maybe 4 feet by 6 feet. And she was the only one that was in like a solitary cage by herself. Hers was completely full of mud and feces as well. So when we found her, she was actually standing in her water bowl. So she was like the one that we wanted to get out fastest because she was in the worst place. We took her out, and then while we were there, we found like a couple piles of like dead pigs, and there were dead piglets on the farm. We negotiated the release of the rest of the pigs, but we were going back to feed them every day because nobody was feeding them. 2 days after we had gotten Harriet out, we went back and all the cages were cut, and the son to the farmer had sold them all to another pig farmer. So if we didn't get Harriet out, 2 days later she would have been sent to another farmer, and she would have been killed, and they wouldn't have known she was even pregnant either if we had waited like just a couple days. What motivates me is like seeing them when they get out and connecting with these animals, seeing them as like individuals, knowing that like there's not a lot of people that are out there that are fighting for it. Like I feel like I owe it to the animals because I know what they're going through to try to help them. Pigs they're similar to dogs in a lot of ways, that they love like belly rubs and they like falling over. Like we have a big pig, Wilma Jean, who's not really friendly to humans, but she was extremely sweet and caring to the babies and really, really gentle with them. And I felt really bad that I had like misjudged her and thought that she was not going to be great with them. And just learning how big of a bond pigs have with their children. So they're a year old now and they all still hang out together. Pigs, just like humans, can form lifelong bonds with their family. They also all go out in the evening and watch the sunset together. So they'll all sit down and they'll make like a little place for them to sit, and they sit and then just watch the sunset. Pigs are very expressive with their eyes. When you look into the eyes of a pig on a transport truck, you can see fear in their eyes. Like they are either really scared of what's happening or they've like completely given up, which is often like sadder to me, where the pigs are just like, they kind of have a blank stare and they're just like staring, and you know that they've like given up, don't have any hope. And watching the pigs here, like when Harriet got here, you could see she was extremely happy when she got here. She was like rolling around and like sitting in the wind, and you could just see from her eyes that she was like content where she was.